Welcome back to Tasty Tuesday. Today we're going to be making a lightened version of my favorite Chinese foods. We've got a fried rice that we're going to make and also sweet and sour chicken. For those of you in our WOW program, I just want to say that as soon as Apple's back open, we're going to pick up right where we left off, and I hope your tracking's going well. I hope you're still staying on track. I know everything's a little bit crazy right now, but I hope you're still sticking with the program, and we'll pick up as soon as we can. For our fried rice, let's see here. We're just going to start with a little bit of sesame oil to give it some flavor. Just about a tablespoon will do. I don't measure anything, so guesstimation here. And then the great thing about this fried rice is you can add any vegetable you want to it. Today we've got onions, peas, carrots, snow peas. Those are my favorites. And then we'll garnish it with a little bit of green onion. You can also add celery, red peppers, shallots, anything you want really. It's a really versatile dish. So we'll begin with our onions. Get those cooking. And you want to make sure your pan's hot, a little bit hotter than what this is at, so you can get that nice fried texture to it without too much oil. So then we'll add the carrots. And really, if you get frozen peas and carrots, you don't have to thaw them. Sometimes I'll steam them before I put them in, but you don't have to. You can just throw them right in and it'll be fine. Mix those up for a little bit. Get that nice and hot. And so I like to stagger them. The onions take the longest to cook. The carrots take a little while. The peas won't take long at all, and the snow peas are really thin, so they won't take long either. So we're going to start with these ones that take a little bit longer. For the rice, I actually made this beforehand. You want about 3 cups of rice. You can even use day-old rice if it's a little bit older or it was made an hour or so ago. It'll have a nicer texture for the fried rice. All right, those are cooking pretty well. So I'm going to wait just a second to add the peas so that those can get cooked a little bit longer. I noticed we don't go out to eat a whole lot, but when we do, we like to make sure it's something that we really like. Sometimes I'll get cravings for something. I'll think, oh, I really want Chinese food or pizza or Italian food or something. And I've noticed when I have those kind of cravings, there's usually something about them. Like, I really like the sauce on the sweet and sour chicken, or, you know, there's something about each dish that is what I actually want. And I found that it's really easy to just go online and find a recipe that you can make at home. That way you have control over how many calories are in it. You can control your portion size better. So I really recommend that. If there's something that you're craving, go online, search a couple recipes. You can even mix some to make it exactly what you want. Here we go. And that way you don't have to worry about the calories so much. This fried rice recipe is really quick and easy. Sometimes I'll make it for lunch when my husband comes home from work. Just make it really quickly, and it also makes great leftovers too. So now I've got the peas and the snow peas in there. Let those cook for a little bit. Now that's actually getting pretty close to done. So we're going to start on the sweet and sour chicken. You can really use anything that you want. The recipe that I found was for sweet and sour pork, and I just decided to use chicken. You can use tofu, pork, really anything that you'd like. So a little bit of oil in there. The chicken's just been in a little bit of cornstarch, and it had a little bit of time to sit so that the cornstarch could get all over that chicken. So we're just going to put this in a hot pan. Take that around. We'll let that get cooking. So once your vegetables are almost done, go ahead and add some ginger and garlic. I don't want these to burn, so I always put them in close to last. And I love these little tubes of different spices that you can get, different herbs and spices. They're so good. That way you don't have to have a bunch of ginger in your fridge or half of it goes bad. There you go. About a tablespoon of ginger and I'd say about a tablespoon or two of garlic or 2 cloves. The kids have been stuck in the house for a while, can you tell? Okay, I wish you could smell that. It smells really good with that ginger and garlic in there. Okay, so you want to make sure your vegetables don't get overdone. So once they're close, go ahead and add your rice to your hot pan because you want to try to get that fry on it. Another thing that I like to do, if I'm just looking for a kind of a quick meal, is get those bags of frozen cauliflower rice that already have the peas and carrots in them. You can just stick them in the microwave, heat them up, and then put some soy sauce and a little bit of rice vinegar on it, and they taste really good. Almost like a fried rice. So just give this a couple minutes. Getting nice and hot. So another thing that I like to do with the recipes that I make, there's so many good recipes out there, but I just don't feel, I don't like to use some ingredients. Like I never use heavy cream in anything. I always just use milk. You can also make other substitutions, like instead of using beef, I usually use ground turkey. Let's see here. If it calls for a lot of oil or something, or it needs to be fried, I see if I can do that in the oven without the oil. Do like an air fry on it. Oh, there we go. That's cooking pretty nicely. Also, let's see here. If it's calling for butter or sugar or something that's really high calorie or has a lot of sugar in it, I like to see if I can just either cut that out completely or really reduce the amount in the recipe. And it usually turns out just fine. Don't even notice. All right. So once this is close to being done, this rice, after it's had some time to cook, go ahead and put on your sauce. And this is just soy sauce and rice vinegar. So it's about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce and 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Just pour that on. Give it just a second, mix it up. And then I made some scrambled eggs earlier, 2 little eggs here. I'll just go ahead and throw those in too. Yeah, this is just a great fried rice recipe for a quick weeknight meal. Or if you have time to make it for a lunch, you could even do this as a meal prep thing and have it for a couple days. Okay. So we're going to cook the chicken till it's almost done because it's going to be cooking with some other ingredients and it'll still be cooking and we don't want to overdo it. So we'll give it just a little bit more time. And the rice is actually done, so we're going to see if it fits in this bowl. I think it's going to make it. There we go. And you can always cook it a little bit hotter or a little bit longer if you want to get, it's kind of squishy right now, if you want to get it to have more of that fried taste. So after that, I like to put some green onions on top. And voila, it's ready. Okay, and our chicken is almost done cooking. So another thing I like to do with my recipes is I add onion to everything. I figure if onion's not in a recipe, they probably just forgot it. It's a good filler, it has great flavor, and it goes with everything. So I just add onion because it's a really low calorie way to add a little bit more vegetable to a meal. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So now we're going to add a little bit of ginger and garlic again. And once I add this, I'll give it about 30 seconds to cook. There we go. Let that get some time in there. Okay, now we're going to add our vegetables. And you can be creative with this one too. Different colored peppers. I like onion and green peppers. Those are my favorite things for this dish. We're going to get our onion in there. When it's super hot, just keep it moving so it doesn't burn. But do give it time to cook. Looking good. Okay, now we'll add our green pepper. And I like to cook these so that they're not completely cooked. I like them to still be a little bit crunchy, so we won't cook them for too long. So next what we're going to be adding is a sauce. This is the sweet and sour sauce that we'll be adding to the recipe. It's soy sauce, a little bit of water, some rice vinegar, and then ketchup and honey. And when I first saw this recipe, I thought ketchup was kind of weird, but it actually is a really good flavor in there. It adds that a little bit of sweet and then a little bit of tomato flavor to it too. So, and I'll be posting these recipes online, so you don't have to remember everything that I just done. And it's just a couple tablespoons of each. It's really not that much. So we will, I'm going to add the pineapple and let that cook too, or what's left of it. My toddler found it. There we go. Let that cook. I'm all about quick and easy recipes. I don't usually measure stuff, just a guesstimate is usually pretty close to what you need. And then things that you can just put together really quickly, especially if it's just the chopping time, chopping up the vegetables and maybe the meat. If that's what takes the most time, that's my favorite part. So I like these dinners that you can just put together really quickly and have on the table in about 20 minutes. Okay, this one is almost ready for the sauce. Just want to make sure that chicken is cooked all the way through. But the pieces are pretty small, so it's going to go fast. There we go. I'm going to turn the heat up a little bit, see if I can get a little bit of brown on this chicken. Maybe even the pineapple if we're lucky. So I was texting with one of my women's only clients today, and she said that she just went back to read through her books again because she was feeling like she was going a little bit off track, and I thought that was such a great idea. Just with all of our routines being so shaken up right now, I think if you're struggling right now, that'd be a really great place to start, is just to review your books, and especially the mindset chapter, or watch Courtney's videos that she just posted, I think last week. It's just a really good reminder of, you know, where we've come from, where we are now, and what our goals are. It's great to keep that in mind, and it's really good to have a little bit of, just a little bit of a reminder as to what we want to do to keep our healthy habits going, especially when our routines get shaken up so much. Okay, that is looking great. So we're going to go ahead and add this sauce. So after we add it, we just give it a little bit of time so that it can reduce. There we go. And I've been stirring that usually with cornstarch and honey in there. You want to stir it a little bit or they're just going to be globbed on the bottom of your bowl. So I'll just let that cook till it gets a little bit thicker. And since it has so much sugar in it, it's got, I think 3 tablespoons of honey. I like to keep it moving so that it doesn't burn at the bottom of the pan, especially since the pan is so hot. And you can use anything to cook these recipes. A lot of people like to use a wok because it stays nice and hot. I don't have one, so I like to use this dish here. It works really well for just scooping everything around. This little Dutch oven is pretty good too. And you can even use just like a large skillet. Just anything you have really will work as long as you can get the heat up and keep everything moving. Okay, we're getting pretty close. The sauce is starting to thicken. And do play around with these recipes and see what you like. I mean, you really can put anything in them. Any kind of peppers, zucchinis. Sometimes I do water chestnuts and bamboo shoots in this sweet and sour chicken. That always is really good. So yeah, just think about what you like and just try it out and see how it goes. Okay, that's looking pretty good. So I'll turn off that burner. Oh, that's hot. Bring this over here. All right, and that is how we get fried rice and sweet and sour chicken done in about 20 minutes. Hopefully we'll see you all soon. I hope Apple gets to open soon. We miss all of our clients, we miss all of our friends, we miss going to Apple. So hopefully this will be over soon and we'll get to see you all. Thanks for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video.